Hello people, this is Redo and welcome to my first ever episode of Career Mode with Newcastle. I chose Newcastle United because they are sort of a mid-table side in the Premier League and I'll hopefully be getting them in the Champions League next season. I want to turn them into a top 4 club. So I will be playing this Career Mode on the world class difficulty with a half length of 4 minutes, and I'll also be using a sterling currency, just a default currency for English clubs, and I'll be downloading the latest squads. I will also be playing in the Europa League in my first season. So now you'll see my group: Newcastle, Marseille, FC20 and Inter. So quite a difficult group, but I think it is doable. Hopefully we'll be winning the Europa League in our first season. So Newcastle appoints Redo as their new boss. So I really do hope to turn this club around and maybe make it one of the Chelseas or Man Uniteds of the Premier League. So first of all, I will be getting rid of sort of the deadwood of the squad. So I'm going to be getting rid of my old players. For example, that keeper there, Harper. I'm just going to either add them to my transfer list or try and trade them for another player. I'm going to be bringing in quite a lot of young players in this transfer window. I'm not going to be bringing anyone above 23 or so in, because I already have quite a lot of experience in this squad. I don't really know whether I should keep Papi Cissé, so remember to leave that down in the comments. Should I keep Papi Cissé? Because I know Newcastle have lost Dembaba now, but we have brought in some players in January, so like Moussa Sissoko and Yang Mbiwa. I will be playing a 4-3-3, but it's sort of like a 4-3-2-1, because I do edit this formation so that the wingers sort of sit in a bit closer to the middle and also a bit farther back. Also, I will be adjusting all the work rates so that I like my fullbacks to have medium work rates, and one slightly attacking centre back and one just all out defensive centre back. All of my midfielders I think have medium, or no, my sort of defensive midfielders there have medium attacking and high defensive, and then I love my attackers to have high attacking and low defending work rates. So here's my squad, and I'm just sorting out who's playing where for now. My striker I think at the minute will be Papi Cissé, but I will have to bring in a player as backup or maybe even as a replacement for him in this transfer window. Ben Arfa also I will be keeping. I think he's about 26 at the minute. And Tim Krul, my keeper, is only 24, so I'll definitely be keeping him. He might even grow a bit to maybe 82 or 83. I've also got Debussy in right back, which Newcastle brought in January this year, who is a very solid right back, and he is 26 I think, so he probably has a bit of growth left in him. So Victor Fisher is the left wing I decided to pick up. I do offer Gutierrez, I think, plus £2.8 million. So I'll be hoping to get him because he is young and he is only 18. He's 73 overall. And then this man Eric Dyer, only 18. He is from England, playing for Sporting Lisbon, which is quite a weird club for an English player. I go ahead and offer 1,450,000 for him, and then I advance here and I get my objectives for this season. So my league objective is to qualify for the Europa League, but I'm going to actually try and qualify for the Champions League. I know that's quite a big ask, but I'm going to try and do that. Reach the semi-final in my domestic cup, and in the Europa League reach the semi-final as well. So Gouffron is apparently shocked to be put on the transfer list. And then Man United are in talk, and Juventus are in Vidal talks. He always seems to be going to United, Arturo Vidal, and Barcelona are targeting, I think it's Gomez and maybe Rooney, to sort of get a better attack. So Ajax accepted the offer for Victor Fisher, Gutierrez on £2.8 million. So then I go and offer Fisher £7,000 a week. And then Sporting Lisbon come back and say that the offer was unacceptable and it's 1.7 million. So I was happy to pay that because he only had a while, like a few months left in his contract, so I could pick him up for cheap. And then I go and hire a scout. I hire a scout with 3-star experience and 3-star judgment for £948,000, Jamie Edgar from England, and I will eventually be setting him up in England to scout for any type of player. So contract offer was accepted for Fisher, so he is now a Newcastle player, and my scout there is ready to scout. So I do eventually put him in his home country of England for 3 months to scout for any type of player, and then now I advance, and Edgar is setting up his scouting network, so hopefully I'll be scouting some players of maybe potential of 85 to 90, maybe even above 90. And then for a striker, I was going to buy Christian Benteke, but then I realised he recently joined Aston Villa, so he wasn't available. And then Emmanuel Mayuka was definitely a potential candidate, so I went ahead and offered Obertan, I think. No, it's not. I went ahead and offered Gouffran, yes, and £700,000, and then I go ahead and advance into July 9th, and I get a message saying that I could be a potential manager of a few international teams. I'd love to manage a team like the French team because a lot of my Newcastle players would be on that team, as well as players like Ribery and Nasri, which are just brilliant players. So Sporting Lisbon do accept the offer of £1.7 million, like they said, and I went ahead and offered him a £5,000 a week contract. And then Spurs target Lewandowski, so he'd be quite a good player in the Premier League. Southampton also accepted my offer for Emmanuel Mayuka, which I was quite surprised, and I have no plans for Gouffran at all, so I'm quite glad to be getting rid of him. I also received an offer for Colaccini, and I counter offered 5 million. And I also received an offer for Gouffran, who I just sold, so I counter offered 6.7 million, so they probably won't pay that. And Hamsik is apparently going to Man United, possibly. Chelsea come back and say that they will not spend that much, and then they offer 4.4 million, and Gouffran is offered, or Stade Rennais offer 5.5, I think, for Gouffran. Yeah, and I do accept the offer for Colaccini and reject the offer from Stade Rennais because I will be selling Gouffran to get Mayuka anyway. Then I advance here to the 14th of July, and then I do get Eric Dyer and Mayuka, and they will both be in my starting 11, I think. So then I advance again, and I get a message saying that I've sold Colaccini to Chelsea and have got £2.6 million from that deal. I am playing on strict financial strictness because I don't want this career mode to be too easy. I want it to last quite a while, and I want it to be realistic. And then Real Madrid complete the signing of Carlos Tevez, so I might be seeing him in the Champions League for Real Madrid at some point. And also Barcelona, they're going to buy Rooney probably. And now I get a transfer offer for Cheick Tiote, and I do not want to sell him at all as he is a brilliant holding midfielder. And then I counter offer 9.2 million, so hopefully Aston Villa do not pay that. I wouldn't really mind if they did, because it would be they'd be overpaying for him at that price. Then I hire another scout with 3-star experience and 3-star judgment, just to keep getting these young players, and then I get a transfer offer, or they do match the asking price of 9.2 million for Tiote, So that's quite a good deal there on my part, and that will do us for this career mode. So thanks for watching, and please remember to like, subscribe and comment. I'd be really grateful if you could just comment your feedback. I know I'm not the best commentator, but hopefully I'll improve in the future, and also please take a look at my other videos. Bye.